How's it going, guys? It is Luke here, and I have a battle today for you against ThunderBlunder777. So he's a really cool guy, a really good battler, and he asked me on Skype if I was up for a battle. I said sure. Absolute pleasure. So we're gonna jump into that today. So a lot went on in this battle actually. So first off, I'm going to lead with my Scizor here, and he's going to lead with this Deoxys. I kind of figured the Deoxys lead, that is kind of what Deoxys does. So I decided to lead with Scizor primarily because, I can U-turn on him and then get switch initiative to whatever I see fit. And also, he gets up a layer of hazards first turn, and there's really nothing I can do to prevent that. And sadly, even a max attack Adamant Scizor is not enough to take out a Deoxys with the U-turn. So anyway, he is going to go for his Stealth Rocks as I decided to go for the U-turn. Like I said, it won't end up taking it out. Very, very close. But I'm going to switch out to my Gliscor here. Now, I actually make a error here, because I thought even though Scizor wouldn't outspeed it, my Gliscor would, because this has heavy speed investment to outspeed Swords Dance Breloom. So I figured I could outspeed it, set up a sub, he'd get up one more layer, and then I could just go for the Aerial Ace to take him out. But as it turns out, he's actually running max speed, so he's going to be able to outspeed my Gliscor here and get up another layer. So basically that move cost me another layer of hazards on my side of the field. So I'm not off to a great start here. Even though it may not look like the momentum's in his favor at the moment, it is because of the amount of hazards, and hazards are super important. So anyway, he brings in Gengar. I very dodgily go for the Aerial Ace. If he was the disable set, he could have very easily gone for it there and forced my switch. So I was kind of lucky there. It was kind of a dodgy play on my part. But I end up going out to the Scizor now. I was going to go to T-Tar, but I didn't want to in case he had Focus Blast. And as you can see, he actually does have Focus Blast. So switching out to Scizor was definitely the right move there. But he's going to bring in Keldeo now as I end up making the switch to my Rotom. Now obviously Keldeo doesn't want to take the electric type move, so I'm going to predict him to want to make the switch. So right here I'm going to end up just going for my Water Stab, which is of course Hydro Pump. I end up catching the Jirachi on the way in. Over 50% damage is really nice on this thing, seeing as I don't have any hazards in my own setup. So he's going to go for the U-turn here. And he's going to go straight back out into his Gengar. Now again, I just go for the Hydro Pump to try and get as much damage off as I can, or possibly kill the Jirachi, but as it outspeeds me and he goes back out to Gengar, I'll end up taking that thing out instead, which is perfectly fine. So he's going to bring Tornadus now. Now this is probably a good time to make a switch to, either Gliscor, but I know better than that because of the HP Ice. So I decided to stay in and try and get some damage off here as he decides to do whatever he wants to do, which turns out he wants to Nasty Plot, and that's big trouble, because that means it can 2-hit KO anything in the metagame. So I'm kind of worried right now. But luckily I do have Terrakion. This is a Jolly Scarf variant, so it can even deal with Agility Thunderous, I believe, since I'm Scarf Jolly. So I bring that thing in, go for the Stone Edge. Now when he bring in Garchomp here, when he bring it in, I was kind of worried because there's nothing really I want to switch to, and Terrakion and Scizor are looking like the two things on my team that aren't going to be uberly useful right now. So I decided to go for the Stone Edge to break the sub, but because I didn't get max damage, I don't end up breaking the sub, which is fine because I can go out to Scizor. Like I said, I don't really need Scizor too much, so I am free basically just go for the Bullet Punch to break the substitute. And he's just going to end up killing me off here to a Earthquake, as it does, because Garchomp has massive attack, it's ridiculous. So he ends up taking me out, which is fine, because now I am free to go out into my Keldeo. Now, if I Hidden Power Ice here, he can switch to Jirachi or Keldeo, and actually choice lock me in, forcing the switch. So I am forced to go for the Hydro Pump here, and thankfully, due to Garchomp being part ground, I'm going to be able to take it out. He's going to go out into his Keldeo here. Now, I'm not sure how much this big damage mattered in the long run, because you guys are going to see. He brings in his Jirachi. Now we know Hydro Pump's definitely going to kill this thing regardless of anything. But had the crit not happened on the Keldeo, it might have lived. And had it have lived, if he'd played correctly, there's no doubt he could have won that. So very unfortunate crit. That's just the way the game goes. So thank you, Thunder, for the amazing match. Really good fun. You guys should definitely check him out if you haven't done so already. Annotations on the screen, guys, to previous battle on the left. You can click in the middle to join the Keldeo army and subscribe. Thank you, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.